And now I'm also intentionally taking time off on Saturdays and Sundays. Some Saturdays, I'm still working on the Saturday because one of the things that I've been researching and looking into is the Sabbath. And the Sabbath mainly because I also find that when I start working, I keep working and I just work. I work a lot of hours. And when I work a lot of hours, I tend to just keep working until I'm totally toast. Like I feel like my brain is exhausted for the day. So that's not always the best thing for me to do because I also want to learn how to actually slow down my brain and shut it off and also still have energy to do other things outside of work. Let's say during the week, for example. So the hours that I work during the week is just a lot of hours. And so the days that I was taking Sundays off like very religiously as well for the past, it's been over a year now. And now I'm moving to take Saturdays off as well. So that Saturdays, it's also a day that I actually dedicate to just relaxing. It's not necessarily going to church, but it's also just the day off, Sabbath, at relaxing, feasting. I was actually reading a bit more about the Sabbath, where God actually wants us to celebrate. So it's not about work, or Sabbath. It's like, just praying and reading the Bible. It's also about a merry time with your family, with your friends, and actually feasting. All right. So which was like, oh wow, okay, this is actually quite interesting. So yeah, like you can still celebrate on Sabbath, and yeah, so it's actually something I'm actually looking at implementing as well. Not that I'm a Seventh-day Adventist or anything, but it's really just going back to a lot of the scriptures that talk about the Sabbath in a way, not necessarily to say like, you have to do it because that is your salvation or that's how you're going to earn salvation. But I also believe, because I think salvation is by the grace of God, and I also believe that there are blessings and there's also wisdom in some of those Sabbaths and celebrations and the way that God had divided the months, the days, everything that he did. There was a lot of wisdom. And some of it we lose it. And we wonder as a society why we have so many problems. And I think it's because we sort of take it for granted and say, okay, this is not valid, because one of the things that I see is that there's the mindset of like the hustle. And a lot of times it sort of tries to put you in this state where you're anxious and you're always trying to seek control because you're like, okay, I can affect the outcome if I hustle more, if I do more, I'm going to get more. I'm going to get more because I just want more. So it's just that pursuit of more and more and more, which breeds, I could say like it sort of like leads people to greed as well. And, I mean, we can go into like the, if you're pursuing, let's say, success, worldly success, so your alignment now becomes more in line with pursuing success. If it's like money, you end up being more driven towards pursuing money more than God, and now you can't serve two masters. So that is the challenge that you end up coming into. So it's always being able to recognize that in as much as we try to do whatever we try to do, we still have to honor God and leave room for God to show us his power, because everything that we want to achieve, we can only achieve it through Christ and through God as well. So that is key focus of the day. So yeah, so just sharing what I was focused on as well with the key focus. And then, so we've got our day one. So continuing our gratitude, continue our day one. So we've left this section This is a gratitude and reflection. So you can write 3 things that you're grateful for. So you can list it if it's family, friends, shelter, food, if it's community, provision, protection. It could be anything, right? So those are just things that I just put out there. So I'll share with you my things that I was grateful for that I wrote was God's love, mercy, and forgiveness. This was just one thing, just like everything from God, everything that pours out from God. And the second thing was having a community of loving and caring people. And the third thing was having food, clothes, a place to sleep, shelter. Those are the things that I wrote down. So yeah, it could be anything else. If you got a promotion at work, it could be anything. So whatever you're feeling grateful for in that moment or that day, you can just write down and just keep it there. And then yeah, so that's our gratitude. And then moving on to the next section here, we've got our morning prayer. So I always like to share with you a short prayer, something that you can pray. And you can also write your own prayer if you'd like, or reflect on the same prayer, whichever way. But this is really to just give you a place to start and help you just align yourself. If you're looking at like, okay, what are the things that I need to do that help me align with God every day? All right, is you also want to include your prayer, because I know we prayed earlier, and you can also pray. And yeah, so the prayer goes like this for day 1. Father, help me begin from stillness. Guide, oh, let's come back again. Father, help me begin from stillness. Quiet my thoughts, steady my breath, and fill my heart with your presence. Let my first focus be you, not the world. Amen.